WKYY HD1 Providence, an iHeart radio station. Your home of local rock and roll. Sound check blasts off now on 94 HJY.
one chance, I beg you can fly. 'Cause I tell you right now, they won't hear me alive. 'Cause I don't see my time on my baby's head. But I'm getting out to any white man. Forgive me, oh Lord, my baby's dead. It's too late now to sleep tonight. Pretty and baby, I promise I'll try. Tonight, my baby has to die. Tonight, my baby has to die. Tonight, my baby has to die.
It's Soundcheck on 94 HJY. I'm your pal Pete. We have a very, very special show. Tonight we have Sarah Potenza, Rhode Island native, great successful singer. Of course, you may know her from The Voice. She has a brand new CD out called Monster. We'll be interviewing her in just about 10 minutes and listening to a couple of tracks from an excellent CD. We started off the set tonight with Sarah Kenyon, Love Again. That was just Sadie Veda, Jersey, Carolina. And if you haven't figured it out, we have a very special theme tonight. We are celebrating the powerful women of local rock and roll on this very show tonight. This next one is Tammy LaForest and Dust Ruffles. It's Romeo on Soundcheck 94 HJY.
Arise, sleep, and I can read the thoughts. I see where this is going, and know the thoughts. And I can see the lies and the truth and the pain. I can recognize that this is just a game. It's playing in our minds because we are the same. I want, you want what we can't have. We take, we steal, we make it real. I can recognize that it's not for me. We can't justify this eternal.
Soundcheck on 94 HJY. I'm your pal Pete. We are thrilled to be unthrilled to have Rhode Island's own Sarah Potenza in town. She was at the Met Thursday night for her CD release show, her brand new CD called Monster. She was at the Rhythm and Roots Festival this past Saturday night, and we've got her
Sarah,
right now.
how are you, firstly? Where the heck are you?
I'm good. I'm in Rhode Island. I'm just hanging out.
Nice. You just did a couple of shows. You did the Met, you had your CD release party, and you're at the Rhythm and Roots Festival, two landmark locations in good old Rhode Island. I'll tell you what, and you deserve to be there.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor for me to get to perform at both the Rhythm and Roots Festival and the Met. I love being at the Met because I love those paintings that they have, that Janis Joplin painting. I mean, I remember being like a little girl and going to Lupo's, being like 18 years old, going to see shows there and looking at those paintings and just being there and thinking that I wanted to be on that stage someday. So it's really amazing and real special.
Right. Good for you. Bravo. Because, I think we all have that sort of feeling. We have our dreams and little things that feed those dreams. Hey, I got to ask you this question because it's a Rhode Island thing, right? And I know a guy.
Yeah.
So are you related to Joe Potenza, the bass player?
I am. That's my dad's cousin.
Yeah,
of course.
I know a guy. Hey, it's Rhode Island. I know a guy, right?
Rhode Island, we all know each other.
Oh, right. Oh, my God. Yeah, Joe. I've known Joe a long time. He's a tremendous bass player, really.
He's an amazing bass player. His brother, Frank, is a really amazing jazz guitar player. He lives in California.
Yep.
But the Potenza family is really musical. That my dad's side of the family, they're all musicians.
So, all right. So you grew up in Smithfield, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure did.
Give me just give us a little background of how your roots in Smithfield, connect to your whole music. What's the arc? What happened to you somewhere in Smithfield that you went, oh my God, this is what I have to do?
Well, a couple of things. For starters, my parents have this great record collection, and when I was a little kid, I remember pulling those speakers, the ones that are like on the floor.
Yeah.
I would pull those speakers because they'd be next to each other. I'd sit between them and listen to their records. And they had this Joe Cocker album, and the sound of his voice just made me want to sing.
Okay.
And so I've just been kind of doing that ever since.
Okay.
And I also think growing up in the suburbs and in Smithfield was kind of really cool for an artist because you kind of get to feel for like the American suburban life, and it's something that it's a kind of a subject in a lot of my songs, kind of that struggle and that blue collar work.
Oh yeah, the Americana thing. I can hear it all over Monster. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So I just growing up like that, really influenced me greatly, I think.
So what happened? So you got these speakers next to you, one on the left, one on the right, and you're blasting Joe Cocker's Mad Dogs and Englishmen, and you go,
oh my God.
That's for me?
Bird on a Wire. I heard him sing Bird on a Wire.
Oh, right.
I don't know why, but the sound of his voice, and I couldn't understand what he was singing about because I was like 7,
Of course, yeah.
And whenever he was singing, the way that he sang it and the way that he just surrendered to the song.
Yeah.
He didn't like, nothing was like thought. It was almost like it just unfolded to him as it came to him. It just left him. It was just almost like he was just plugged into something greater than himself.
I'll tell you what, you said it perfectly. Like he's an artist that transcends the song in a way, right? He transcends the whole thing. Yeah. And I honestly, and I get that groove from you listening to Monster. I really, as a matter of fact, I mean it. I've seen you in the past with Sarah and the Tall Boys, and you've always had it. So, as a Rhode Islander, we're waving the flag here. We're proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's the truth.
I've worked real hard for a long time, like everybody has,
Yeah.
I guess it's the secret, and a lot of people always are like, well, how'd you do it? You just have to keep going. It's so hard because I have so many friends that, got married and then had kids, and they live in my hometown, and it's great. It's great for them, and they have these wonderful lives with 401ks and houses. Yeah. I mean, I have like a 1999 van with 300,000 miles on it. I sleep in a lot of the time. So I mean, we live in like this crappy little dump of an apartment down by the Piggly Wiggly in the outskirts of Nashville. That's what we can afford. And
you talk about you and your husband, Ian Crossman, guitar player. Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to really be willing to
pay the dues.
Really have to be willing to give up everything.
Yep. If you want to sing the blues, you got to pay the dues, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There you go. That's an inspiration right there. You've got the talent. It's so obvious. You're a great person, and nothing substitutes working hard for it. That's as simple as that, right?
Nothing. You have to work so hard, and you have to want it, and you have to be open to it. You have to be open to you have to be willing to accept success just as much as you're willing to accept failure.
That's right.
That's really, really huge key, because it's real hard to it's easy to not try your hardest and then make up a bunch of reasons why things didn't work. But it's really hard to really try 200%, put in absolutely everything, and come up short, and then have to keep going and keep trying again and again and again.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's what it is every day.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you got to own it, and apparently you do. You know, you really have to own it, and you got to. It's that commitment, and you got to feel like, well, I was put on this planet to do this, and that's what I'm going to do, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You have to feel that, and you have to live that. You really do.
Yeah. And I can hear it in your singing. Honestly, I can hear it in your song selection. Actually, I want to talk. We're talking to right now. We're talking to Sarah Potenza. Unbelievable singer, Rhode Island native, was on The Voice, tremendous talent. We're so glad to have her here on Soundcheck on 94 HJY. Sarah, I want to talk about Monster. So I have to ask you the stock question. So the title, it's a metaphor. Just how did you come up with that? In other words, I mean, tell us a little bit about it, but more than anything, why Monster? Like, how did you come up with that metaphor?
Well, my whole life I've been a big girl. I've always felt other than, in this way that I couldn't really describe. Even in school, I remember having friends and girlfriends where I just didn't get it. It was almost like they had this magic power that I didn't have, where I would go and hang out with my guy friends and talk to them, and they liked me, and we'd talk about music, we'd go to the mall together, they were my best friends, but nobody wanted to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And they were always wanting to go out with these girls, these skinny, pretty girls, or my friends, who they didn't have anything in common with. These girls didn't even like music, And for me, I just couldn't, for a long time, I really wrestled with it, and I couldn't understand what it was about me, and I felt like a monster in this way, where I felt like there was just something about me, almost like, like there's just something about me that was different. And when I was on The Voice, one of the girls from the show, another contestant, a really beautiful, beautiful girl, came from the pageant queen kind of world. She came to my hotel room and told me that she was jealous of me.
Right.
And she told me she was jealous of my confidence. And she told me that she felt like the only reason she was on the show was because of the way she looked.
Wow. Okay, so like 180 from what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never dawned on me.
Yeah.
Being beautiful came with its own set of handicaps.
Yeah.
And that I had kind of grown and flourished in these areas with like my talent and my strength.
Right.
My personality and my confidence and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe in herself because of she knew that at times in her life she'd been given preferential treatment because of the way she looked.
Yeah.
And so to me, I had written this song Monster, and it just felt like it was really the title track for the album. I had written My Turn, and originally we were going to call the album My Turn, but after The Voice, it seemed like it really was my turn, and now I felt like I had something to say now that I had the mic.
Bravo.
Instead of calling it My Turn, I should call it Monster.
I get it, and it's so many people, especially girls in high school. Man, you got to suffer through that stuff. So good for you.
It's a strange thing being a teenage girl, but I made it through. And I'm much older now, but in retrospect, when I look back on it, I can see that I always was a monster, but in a totally different way. Yeah.
Well, and you have monster chops, is what it is, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's take a listen. This is the title track. It's the opening song to the CD. is the title track, of course, is called Monster. We'll listen to Sarah Potenza right here on Soundcheck on 94 HJY.
Every day she shaves her perfect life, washes her hair, then she blow dries. She puts the long legs and short skirts. She hurts people, she don't get hurt. Look at myself in a full-length mirror, see my mother's eyes and I can't hear her. Kids are mean and it's a cruel world, and there ain't no country for a big girl. So I put my big thighs in my ripped jeans, use my big feet to take my big dreams. People line up to hear me scream. This is my real life, it ain't no daydream. Some girls do everything that they're supposed to do. I do what I want, and maybe that scares you. Sits up straight with her legs crossed, puts on her favorite brand of lip gloss, lives by her mother's words, to be seen and don't be heard. Me, I am the life of the party. At the end of the night I still got nobody. Everybody wants to be my friend, but they all want her when the party ends. And so I put my big in my red jeans, use my big feet to take my big dreams. People line up to hear me scream. This is my real life, it ain't no daydream. I am a monster. I am big and I am strong, and my story will go on long after I am gone. I am a monster.
That was Rhode Island's own Sarah Potenza with the title track from her brand new CD released August 19th, Monster, right here on Soundcheck on 94 HJY. Bravo, Sarah. Outstanding job.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Don't you promise me right now you won't hate me, and that even if we were friends on Facebook, you wouldn't unfriend me for what I'm about to say, right? You promise?
Only if it's not about Donald Trump.
I know better than that.
I promise that. I promise.
We stay away from politics when it comes to social media.
Okay, then I promise.
So my first impression is you ready for this? This is where you can't hate me. You got to promise. So I'm thinking like, and my half of our listeners may not even know who these people are, but the first thing I thought is like, oh my God, Dusty Springfield meets Bonnie Raitt. That's it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I mean that. It was just like, whoa, holy, I had to pull over. I had to pull the car over. It's like, whoa.
I appreciate that because I'm so tired of being compared to Janis Joplin. Don't get me wrong, man. She rest in peace. She's a legend, and I love her. Always, obviously, but like, I'm just, that reference is so tired, and I'm so over it.
I don't blame you.
It's so refreshing, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean it.
So much.
Yeah, no, the first notes that you sang to me sounded like Dusty Springfield. Holy mackerel! It was just like it was there, and then you've got that bluesy inflection of Bonnie Raitt, and here's the.
I love that.
I mean it, and here's the other thing with the rest of the CD. It's like you were able you morphed throughout the entire CD. Like it's like it's like you weave in and out of the song and what it needs. It's unbelievable to me. You know how to turn it on. You know how to phrase lyrics. It's like you know what vowels to hold and which ones to stop short.
It's all about the phrasing, and really all that is, and I so appreciate that. All that is to me, that's taken me a long time to perfect. That's like really the art of singing.
Right.
And the phrasing is something that rhythm and the way that you kind of push, pull, and hold and release things are like the whole art. It's not even in the melody. It's in that push, pull. And that's something that I really learned from listening to people like Joe Cocker, people like Otis Redding, Dusty Springfield, Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
People who, that inflection is really what, that's where the magic is, because that's where your actual soul comes out.
Oh, yeah.
You actually hear your personality in the singing, in the words.
Oh, yeah, that's like warm butter on toast, I'll tell you what. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you don't hate me for that, because I was thinking.
I love you for that.
Because I thought, like, oh man, if someone were saying that to me, I'd be like, yeah, all right.
That's a really, really great compliment.
We have a lot of musician listeners here on Soundcheck on 94 HJY. We're listening to Sarah Potenza right now. We're getting a great opportunity to talk to Sarah Potenza, Rhode Island's own. What a talent, right here on Soundcheck on 94 HJY. Sarah, tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes in the recording process. I know you did a Kickstarter thing to raise the capital to record it. Who did you select for a producer, and how much does a producer work? Like, how did you work with the producer, if you will, for song selection, for actual performance information while you're recording, things like that? Give us a little spotlight behind the scenes.
Well, first of all, I will say I was very, very fortunate to have raised the money to make my record and the money to hire a radio promoter and a publicist.
Yeah.
This was really because I was on The Voice, and I feel like it re-energized the fans and family that I do have, who already kind of were keeping an eye on my career and proud of me. And I feel like I gathered kind of this snowball, of fans.
Sure.
And it was really, really amazing to me to be able to fulfill this project. It's something I've always wanted to do, and it's hard to imagine doing that. It's hard to imagine spending, $50,000.
That's right.
Your career this year, but that's what I did.
Right. Yeah.
Making a record. I had interviewed a couple of different producers, and I was on the fence about working with this guy named Andrea Tokic, who produced the Alabama Shakes records.
Mm-hmm.
But when we kind of delved into some of the songs, it was almost like he was more less of the arrangement of the songs and more like into like creating sound, and it kind of became apparent to me.
Yeah.
The Alabama Shakes were just great at what they did, and he really was great at recording them, and that was a magical kind of thing.
Yep.
That I shouldn't really chase after, and to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I had met this guy, Joe McMahon, who has produced some other records in Nashville, and I love his sound. He's from Arkansas, and he's just got this real southern kind of way about him, and he's very, I don't know, he has this style and this kind of swag and this hipness that is just a part of him, and it kind of oozes out in the music.
Yep.
And we really hit it off, and so Ian and I started going over to his place a few nights a week and just working on the songs. I had written the songs, but they weren't really arranged the same way you hear them on the album.
Yeah.
And also Monster and some of the other songs were just an idea that I had,
Mm-hmm.
So we worked together to arrange the songs just at his kitchen table to kind of come up with ballpark ideas of arrangements and feels and stuff like that. And then in the studio, we hired the band, the basic drums, keys, the guitar players, which was Ian, husband, and Joe, producer, and then drummer and the sound engineer. And Joe basically ran the whole week. It was like a 5 sessions, so that we show up around 10 a.m. and leave around 8 o'clock at night.
Yep.
And we would dig into the songs and get a couple of songs done a day where we would just kind of mess around with the feel,
mm-hmm.
the vibe, and then listen to it and kind of talk about it and think about, what if this was more like a Bobby Gentry kind of thing? Or what if instead of like really singing the we kind of like walked into the room and just kind of kicked your ass real slow and laid back? Or
Sure.
what if we made this more gritty or more southern? Or what if we made this more pop? And we just kind of, some of them, we have totally different versions of somewhere on that computer that he has. As we worked our way through, we just kind of followed what was cool that we were doing, kind of changed what we didn't like. It's almost like if you're making cookies, and you make these cookies, and you're like, man, you know what, these cookies are awesome, but next time I think I'm going to use dried cranberries instead of raisins.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it went down.
So it was really organic.
Really organic, but definitely you got to show up to work. Like the vocals were like a whole week of recording in and of themselves.
Yeah.
And as a performer, one thing that Joe really helped me do was learn to sing for a record.
Yeah.
Because singing live is totally different. When you sing live, I mean, you can really have these knock-down, throw-down moments. But if you're on an album and you have more than just like a handful of those, it almost is like the whole record. It's like, why is this girl yelling at me all the time?
Yeah, that's right. It's unforgiving.
You got to lay back a little. So it was definitely a learning experience for me.
So let me, we're talking to Sarah Potenza. You probably know her from The Voice. You should know her from Beyond the Voice, because I'll tell you what, she's, in my opinion, my humble opinion, she's a lot further away from that and has transcended that, even though, as you said, Sarah, that it was a great experience for you and it did a lot for you.
It was a great experience, but thank you.
But that's chump change compared to what you're doing now, in my opinion. But
TV show.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So we're on 94 HJY and Soundcheck. Sarah, I want to talk about your songwriting, because the other thing that knocked me out is the fact that you wrote all but 3 of the songs. Tell me about this song, Bird. I love it.
This is a song that my husband and I wrote together, kind of about, when you're a kid and you live with your family, your brothers and sisters, your mom and dad, and that's a really special time in a way. And as you get older, and everybody moves away one by one, things change and they'll never be that way. That dynamic is kind of gone forever. And it's all these things that are celebrated. You graduate from high school and celebrated and kind of, but at the same time, it's happy, but it's sad. And for me, the song is kind of about my journey with my family. I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. Neither does my husband with his family, because we travel so much and we live in Nashville, and it's something that we've sacrificed for our career. And this kind of idea of wanting to leave home and wanting to be this bird and fly away.
Yeah.
Your parents can't stop you, and you're going to go out there and conquer the world. And then all of a sudden it's like you realize no matter where you go, there you are.
Right.
The freedom that you wanted from your home wasn't that. It was like almost this freedom you wanted from yourself.
Right.
And then you kind of long for coming back home, but nothing's the way it is. Things change.
Yeah.
People get sick and they don't get better. And, things just change in life, and so it's kind of about that, and kind of about just longing for that time. It's whenever I come home, I'm always like, man, I wish that I had $500,000 and I could buy one of these beautiful brick old buildings.
Sure.
Just live in a loft here,
Yeah.
Be close to home and things. So.
Yep. Well, you're hitting it on the nose, in my opinion. It's all about empathy, and again, that comes through in your songwriting and certainly in your singing. That's the way to connect with people. It really is.
Thank you so much.
It's true. All right, let's take a listen to Bird. This is from Sarah Potenza's brand new album, was released August 19th, called Monster. The song Bird. This is Soundcheck on 94 HJY.
Try to make me stay. I wanna be somebody in another town. I wanna fly away and never come back down. I want emancipation from myself. I wanna be someone else. I wanna fly back in time when I was yours. You were mine. I wanna go would be so happy and not alone. I want to take you with me, and you could see I am a bird. Oh, and I am free. I want to go
Soundcheck 94 HJY. We're talking to Sarah Potenza. Sarah, thank you so much for being with us this evening.
Thank you so much for playing my music and for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. I love HJY.
Oh,
always have. So.
Well, you know, we're your home of rock and roll, so wherever you are, remember that. So you got to leave us with one thing. Give us one piece of advice for all those musicians who might be listening to us. One thing.
Never, ever give up. Just don't give up. You don't give up, and don't be yourself. Be yourself. Do what you do. Don't try to imitate somebody else, because you're never going to be a better somebody else. You will be a better you, and you're only competing with yourself.
That's right. Be the expert at what you already are. Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Outstanding advice, Sarah. Thank you so much. The best of luck. And let's stay in touch. I hope we can get you back on the show again. I hope to see you really soon.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, thanks so much. Bye,
all right, you take care now.
I will.
All right, bye.
Tune into Soundcheck 94 HJY. It's your home for the best local rock. Soundcheck on 94 HJY. Morning.
I'm gonna take it outside, dig a little hole along my property line. All my hard-earned paper bills, stuff 'em down. Ain't nobody gonna find my treasure. Bossman's working me overtime. I can feel his gaze on my behind. I do my job, this ain't no game, but is it worth what I get paid? All around my face, OMG, he's been getting in my face. Staying here too long, OMG, smelling like a dirty dog. My God, tonight I'm gonna spend my extra money. Tonight I'm gonna paint the town red. What I said in my head. Now listen here. You cut my check and it's no surprise. You're busy stealing my last dime. But he can't take away from me my self-respect, my dignity. All around my face, OMG, he's been getting in my face. Oh my God, staying around too long. OMG, it's smelling like a dirty dog. Tonight I'm gonna spend my extra money. Tonight I'm gonna paint the town red. Tonight I'm gonna spend my money. Tonight I'm gonna paint the town red. What I said, to my head. Now listen here. I'm gonna use everything I got. And believe me, baby, that's a lie. There ain't nothing that I won't do to get rid of you. Working all the time. Counting my last dime. All around my face, he's been getting in my face. Oh, tonight I'm gonna spend my extra money. Tonight I'm gonna paint the town red. Tonight I'm gonna spend my money. Tonight I'm gonna paint the town red. Tonight I'm gonna get it out of my head. Tonight no tears I'm gonna laugh instead. Tonight I'm gonna dance like it's the end. Oh my God, tonight I'm gonna paint the town red.
That's correct. With me, I'll allow it. Ha 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 ha!
Soundcheck 94 HJY. I'm your pal Pete. As you can tell, we have a very special themed show tonight. We're celebrating the powerful voices of the women of local rock and roll. We had a great interview with Sarah Potenza. Heard a couple of cuts from her brand new CD called Monster. We started this set off with Liz Quinn and Tickle Tickle, an indie kind of synth pop band. I love it. Very eclectic. Their song, Close to Home. That was just Susie Hatton with FU Money. Going to leave you with Bethany Lynn and Plastic Angels and their song, Holding Me. And thanks so much for hanging out with us here on Soundcheck. I'm your pal Pete, checking out of here. And until we meet again, please take good care of yourselves, okay? Peace.